Hello. Welcome. It is the book club. It is episode 23, 24. I think it's 24. It's 24. It says right here. And it is part 3 of our journey towards the Pitchfork Top 100 Songs of 2022. As always, I am James Levine.
I'm Mohammed.
And we are back to give you the latest and greatest of, well, actually kind of not. We're back to review what we have missed possibly this year, which we found a lot of interesting songs. Found some songs that definitely hadn't came across before this year.
Yep.
Possibly some songs that, you know, had heavy debate.
Yeah.
Inside the Pitchfork office, we imagine, of having those songs come through.
A lot of strings pulled. A lot of favors.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely some little payola. Little payola going on. But you know, we don't mind any payola. If you guys want to pay us to have us on, have you on our list, hit us up. We'll drop the cash app. We'll do that.
Do you think there was any indigenous casino money involved?
Little dark money, little dark pool money from some little Cash Creek. Little Cash Creek to come through. You know what?
Like, let's get on there. It's like,
the world may never know. You know?
I still want to see that collab with DJ.
The Python and Joe
DJ
Rainey.
Python,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what we
called
need.
it last time.
We're gonna get y'all together, DJ Python, Joe Rainey.
It's gonna be
gonna get y'all in. We're gonna have that.
House.
We believe in it. Sponsored by us, the book club. Now we are on, I believe it is track 79. We've got through the first 100 through 80.
Album Most Normal, track Backwash,
and it is by Gilliband. The Gilliband. Now, any thoughts of where you think Gilliband might take us on this
band? I expect a few people involved.
Okay.
Here. Thinking rock now. Thinking some sort of rock camp. I don't even know if I can guess at this point. Just some sort of rock is my guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Backwash almost sounds like a really good punk song.
Okay.
You know, some will go with maybe a little bit more, maybe a little abrasive. You want to call it? You know, people don't look too favorably on Backwash, right? It's not a. It is, you know, and you know what's funny is, I'm just gonna take this moment real quick to talk about the act of the waterfall. You know it, I know it, you the viewer knows it, you know, and you are doing the waterfall. You know, it's when you have a drink that you're doing the waterfall a lot of times to avoid backwash, your own backwash in the person's, you know, the person's been kind enough to allow you to take a sip of their drink. You're hitting a little waterfall to get some of that, right?
Two functions, actually. Not only are you avoiding backwash, you're also avoiding lip contact with.
Right, the mouth
what
to
they
mouth.
previously made lip contact with. Yeah, the mouth to mouth aspect. Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to speak about real quick how that's a bit false. I want to say it's false. It's kind, but you are still, what you're basically saying when you ask for a waterfall is you have accepted the other person's backwash going into it, right? You've just, you know, my thirst outweighs, as you're doing the math in your head, my thirst outweighs the backwash that you could possibly have in it.
Or I trust you enough where I know you are not ridden with disease. You do not have anything wild, and if you did, you would inform me.
So it is an extra bit of right.
If it's something basic, I'll take that risk. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And you know, you are going to, although in the act of it, you're not having that mouth to mouth contact. You know, to some degree, their mouth is coming out of the spout of
We're not talking
said
about
drink.
Like somebody drinking it and then like spilling it in the other person's mouth.
Right. Right. So you do avoid that, but it is a trust thing. It is if somebody asks you for a waterfall, you should appreciate that moment because that person trusts you.
Yeah.
That person trusts you and trust that the possibility of backwash outweighs, you know, that you're not going to have, you know, hand, foot, and mouth disease. You know, so I just want to, you know, say I appreciate those moments. And if you're somebody who is and if you're somebody who denies a waterfall, shame on you. You know, get better friends then. You know, if you can't trust that person. That's just my little PSA on
I agree. There's a lot of waterfall deniers out there, but you know, let's not pay them any attention.
So this is Gilliband Backwash. Let's see what they got for us.
Let's get it.
Hey, is this connected? Okay. Hey, shout out Platypus, I see you.
Excited, still needs improvement, but that was perfect. Dirty forward, back washed. No one looks cool around a wasp. Anytime my shoes get in a straw, I give dirty looks to people reading books who say they don't watch cartoons or anything that is blue. I think I really like you. Try to say something new. Why should perfume?
That is Gilliband, Backwash, right there for you. Platypus, what's up? Welcome in. Platypus, just to give you an idea right now, we are going through the Pitchfork's top 100 songs of 2022 list and, you know, giving our thoughts on their list, but also discovering a lot of cool music in the meantime of that, right? This song right here was Backwash by Gilliband.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? God damn it, I dug it.
Okay.
I was feeling it.
I like the instrumentals, not the lyrics. I thought the lyrics were kind of whack. I think it could have been better. But the instrumentals, just the rest of the band, I think they did an amazing job. There was a portion of it that really hit hard. I don't know if it belongs there. When it comes to reviewing the Pitchfork list itself, I think they set the standard now. Like, is this better than Diet Coke?
Right, that's where you kind of like place it at, right?
I know I shouldn't take a list at face value. That's the
Right.
point. Don't take lists at face value. But when the list presents itself in a numbered list value,
Right.
I take it so.
It's hard to not. Yeah.
And is this better than Diet Coke? Nah, fuck nah.
Now I'm going to.
I'm not gonna continue with that with the remainder of the songs, but you know, for this one, I'm gonna pull out the Diet Coke card.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you here.
Okay.
I think that the music was okay, right? Like
I
it
like the
was cool,
music. I did. I like.
but I think I found Gilliband.
Okay.
Let's talk, because I think I found like a kindred spirit. Like I felt like the bars were hitting.
Okay.
Now,
Interesting.
when I want to come back, because we have the lyrics right here, and there was something that when he had said, "No one looks cool around a wasp."
Because everyone's like running around like
It's impossible to look cool around a wasp. And if you're trying to look cool around the wasp, you're doing way too much, and it's by proxy not cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're like a wasp is around and you're just sitting there like, yeah, you know, leather jacket, you know, looking like the Fonz.
Kind of wild.
You're sitting there. I probably wouldn't, you know, I don't believe you, because inside you're probably sweating, or you just don't fear wasp stings, and that's kind of weird in itself.
Okay.
Now when he
So I agree with that. Just to get to that point, I agree with that, and it's cool. But I don't want to hear that from a man who can barely tie his shoes. And that's his next bar. No one looks cool around a wasp. I can barely tie my shoes. It's like,
Now, I'm gonna counter that point a bit,
okay.
and I'm just gonna say that I think that it's brave.
He can barely tie his shoes. You know?
Oh no, yeah, I see that. Platypus, Platypus is
Oh,
with me here.
I'm into
It's
it.
different. He's feeling it. Now,
It's cool. Instrumentally again. Lyrically, there's the not being
Yeah.
able to tie shoes.
I think that
can-
the
I
honesty.
cannot relate. I can tie shoes.
Right.
Unrelatable to me.
Now for you, yes, I think that there is a
Unable to tie a shoe could be
this is a problem that I have is I feel like we are as a society, we're too quick to shame non-shoe tires.
I apologize for
You know,
that. That's not
there's
what I
people
meant.
that are more slip-on based. There's people who are more strap based. You know,
Yeah.
and I think that this is the first person from the can't tie shoes community to really come out and be open about that. And I feel like it's we shame them too much. Now, personally, me, I can tie my shoe. Like I can tie my shoe, but Gilliband, I think, for coming out and being as open and honest to us about non-shoe tying, but then also giving like a scathing review of when he said, let me come back to this point. Where was this at? This is he gives. So he can't tie his shoes. He's going to be honest about that. Now, he's a bit judgmental, but I'm here with him because he gives dirty looks to people reading books who say don't watch cartoons or anything that is blue. Now, I think that he's talking about that person who, you see at the coffee shop. They got a book. It's in like Latin or something. It's like the Count of Monte Cristo. And it's like they're trying to look like, and then they're like, ugh, but I don't watch cartoons. That's so childish.
No,
I don't do that.
See, to me, I think it's a personal jab for I know you, and you read books and you watch cartoons. I read books, I watch cartoons. Those things are mutually exclusive. For the fact that he generalizes it, that you either read books and scoff at people, or you watch cartoons or like things that are blue, I think just diminish it. Like, especially in this day and age with how nerdom is in 2022, which this is what Pitchfork is reviewing. I think it's like we realize that a lot of us nerds do a bunch of shit. We fucking read books. We still watch cartoons, whether it's
Right.
animes or old school retro shit or remakes or shit, or hell, Rick and Morty.
Right.
Like
Right.
adult cartoons, like, Family Guy.
Little
whatever
American
the hell.
Dad, yeah.
American Dad, like whatever, BoJack, whatever the hell.
Right.
And I think it just shows, his their more narrow-minded view.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Anything blue?
It's a
Like,
fair
do people
counterpoint.
that read books not like anything blue? Is that a thing that I'm unaware of? That's what...
As well, I mean, there is small factions throughout the country of people who, you've heard of things like, discriminatory, like racism, things
Okay.
like that. There's people who are actually just against the color blue. Small factions.
Do they happen to be like the literate, like more like bookie types?
I mean, if you were to like put them on a pie graph, yeah, but they're really small factions of people that you can find on like, there's groups on Gab. Like small Facebook, when they come up, Facebook will shut them down, but small groups of people who don't like blue. I feel like that's what he's talking about, is those kind of people. And I will say, those people who don't like blue, if you're watching this right now, turn this off, because we're not for you. You're a hateful group. Yeah. I heard what you guys said about the Smurfs. All right. I heard of what they hate water.
Heard what you said about them.
Smurfing heard about it. It was disrespectful. And we will not stand for
will not Smurf
anti-blues. Absolutely not.
We will not Smurf for that.
This is Arn Papa Smurfing them. All right, shame on you. See, Platypus, he gets it. Blue is a feeling and a color, so he could have been talking about they don't like sad people, possibly. That this could be talking.
That's not okay either, though. I could understand that. That's not okay either. Why not like?
That's fair. Why can't these things? Right.
But maybe that's the message they're trying to get across, and we have to accept it at that level.
That is what they're trying to exactly. You know,
You know what
whether
I'm
we agree or disagree
That's
with
the
Gilliband's opinions, I will fight to the death for Gilliband to express those opinions
Maybe sad
over
people do
some
suck,
kind of
I
like
don't know.
groovy little drums. I thought that the sound was kind of
All in all, yeah,
it was.
cool.
But Platypus, I feel it was kind of interesting sounding.
It's the instrumental. Everything aside was dope.
He had this kind of weird kind of little tick to his voice that I kind of liked. That was kind of cool. Little weirdo.
You called it with punk too, dude.
It was a bit, yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
punk. That's what punk should be.
Next we have a
That's our
number.
punk.
That's our punk. So
That's our
far,
punk. That's when
calling
if we
him
predict
real
punk,
punk.
that's what we're- real
Yeah,
punk.
authentic punk. Our punk, book club punk. More of that. If you're gonna make punk music and you're not making what
That's what we're
Gilliband's doing,
expecting.
we don't want it. We don't want it at all. The next song we have is number 78. Excuse me. It is from a somebody
Porch Radio.
called Porridge Radio. The song "Back to the Radio,"
Mm.
and the album is. Go ahead and say. Go ahead.
Water slide, diving board, ladder to the sky. Okay.
Just
okay.
naming some stuff, huh?
Like Raging Water soundtrack music.
right.
I'm just gonna just due to the album title, I'm just gonna hope Beach Boys-esque on beach music, shit that I will hear at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk 2023 summer. What do you say?
Porridge Radio. I feel like Back to the Radio. Water slide, diving board, ladder to the sky. It's the only kind of clues that we have, huh? You know what? I feel like this is gonna be boring.
Boring music. Boring
Yeah.
music could be fun.
It's
Okay.
like boring. Like it's like the bad kind of elevator music.
I don't know.
Maybe like the singer's gonna be talking like monotone. It's not gonna be like exciting. You know, like good Doctor's Office. I guess like Doctor's Office haven't had like new music to like really drop in a minute. So like I think it could be, but you know I could be wrong. I'm hoping for the beach vibes because I feel like we've only gotten beach vibes one time.
I think you're right, and I'm sure I'm wrong.
But
I know
let's
it's not
see.
Beach vibes. Let's go.
Porridge Radio.
Maybe boring beach vibes. Could that be a new genre?
be.
Give us some
It could
boring
be.
beach vibes.
Lock all the windows and march up the stairs, and you're looking to me, but I'm so unprepared for it. Nothing's the same, and I swear that I'm haunted. It's not fair to you, and it's not what I wanted, but we cannot get better. If we can't talk about it, and I miss what we were, but you've closed yourself off to me. We sit here together, the same as we've always been, laughing and talking, but I want to cry to you, laughing and talking, but I want to cry to you, sit still, do nothing, what if it mattered? I'm trying to help without breaking or shattering. We almost got better. We're so unprepared for this, running straight at it. I'm not the right man for this. Lock all the windows and shut all the doors and get into the house and lie down on the cold hard floor. Talk back to the radio, think loud in the car. I miss everything now, it was nothing at all. So lock all the windows and shut all
Now, this is Back to the Radio right here by Porge Radio. And I have a thought in my head, but I want to hear what you think about this.
Okay. I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting. I thought her singing and the way it was whiny, and it seemed like she was pseudo crying.
Right,
getting
right.
Her like emotions out, and that man was really cool. Like on a serious aspect, it was cool, very interesting. Gave me like some sort of like British Isle feel. Like although there was no accent or anything along the lines, but like I don't know why, like just some Irish feel or whatever the hell. Just folk, I guess that's the proper term. Gave me a folk feel. And on a joke note, just because I wanted it so much to be boring beach music, it's it's breakup music while you're at the beach and you just call your significant other over. You break up with them right there on the beach, and this is shit that you play out there. It's kind of like
okay.
beat, but like you're whining and crying.
So
But
it still
afterwards,
was
you're probably
kind
gonna go
of
on the Giant Dipper or some shit.
right.
Go on the haunted house. Go take a sort of stroll and maybe bump this shit.
Now, I feel like this one right here, I feel like this revisited a genre that we heard earlier on in this list. And that was weird, strange music that would be used in a Wes Anderson indie movie.
Okay.
Right? Because what I seen in this one was this is like a serious scene where like, the woman is like, it's like the peak of the movie, the real plot device just happened. Mm-hmm. She's sad. She's sitting at home. Maybe like she had a breakup, and like rain is falling, and all of a sudden she like goes and like grabs her purse or keys, locks the door, and you see where she's going. Like, oh, is she gonna meet up with them? Is she gonna meet up with them? And then finally she goes to meet up with them, and he's like a fucking cartoon bear.
Hey.
It's like a CGI bear.
Fantastic Mr. Fox too.
He's like some like stop motion genie.
I love it.
And that's the whole. That's the feel I have for it. It's like it's at that point though, but for like something that's so ridiculous though. You know what I'm saying? Like she actually just live action Little Mermaid. She turns back into like just goes into the ocean, something like that.
So you're suggesting two Wes Anderson. Fantastic Mr. Fox 2, Fantastic Mr. Fox Gets Lost in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Right.
And you already got your soundtrack.
Scarlett Johansson is like
everyone's
like trying to
everybody
right.
like
That's who it is. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing on that one. I feel like that's the second Wes Anderson. So like right now so far, because that's like two songs. We're forming your soundtrack, Wes. So holla at us. It's not gonna be for free. We're not gonna give you the rest of this. We're just forming the scenes for you. Like we got you. Got you.
Fucking big bucks.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Now number 77. Also Platypus was I feel like a dramatic feel. See, Platypus, you gave me the idea for that because it's like yes, it's dramatic, and then what is the lead up to? It's like a lead up to something fucking ridiculous, like some like weird shit, right? Next, we have Young Ko and Earth Eater and their song Hear You. That is hear as in listen, not hear as in I'm here right now, of course. And the album is DFTK. What in the world could DFTK possibly stand for, in your opinion?
I was going to ask you that, honestly. I don't. You got an idea down? So why is all D down for me? It needs to stop being down for me, honest to God.
DF always has,
down. Like it should not be down for me.
I feel like it's a warning. It's don't fear don't fear the kookaburra.
Oh, dang.
And I don't know if you guys know if kookaburras are violent or not. Let me know. They're giving me a warning as far as I can see.
I got you.
Shouldn't fear them.
Don't fear the killer.
Oof. Horror vibes? Rob Zombie vibes?
I'm expecting Rob Zombie meets Brother Lynch Hunt meets Young Denzel Curry meets 3 6 Mafia like 1997.
Okay. All right.
I want something scary. Like we got Earth Eater and you got like Young KO, who's probably not out of Memphis, but for this current moment, he's out of
They are.
Memphis, just right now, and Hear You. So I'm expecting
All right.
something scary.
Let's see if we get that. This is Young KO and Earth Eater. Hear You.
I just wanna hear you on. I just wanna hear you on. I just wanna hear you on. See you in the rearview mirror. You ain't everything a mirror. I'm rocking my team. I park on the gas station, it's a lean. These niggas be copping on me and they mean. Bitch, I'm a P, I'm hanging up my piece, man. Talk to the plug every morning, I need that. And I get the spray, you don't wanna feed that. Went through a pond to get through my nemesis. In all the holes, in all the holes. I grabbed me a milli while on the way home. Answered the phone, had to hold up. That bitch gon' serve me while in the Motorola. Dog mine got you standing on your toes. I got real partners, they never letting go. I'm running through problems, I never ever fold. And you know, smile to me with your hand up. Baby has my knees with a head up. Water coming to my feet, I'm a paddle. I'm never a hassle. Double the sack on my back, make it backflip. Counting this money now, I got a rash. 10% 10 on the whip in this max. I found her off the rack. Give me that. My niggas came out that line, do the 3-print stage. I just wanna hear you on. I just wanna hear you on. I just wanna hear you on.
You know, Sar Like Zara brings up a good point in the chat, and it made me have to kind of stare at it a bit. Is this ear theater
Mm.
or Earth Eater?
Mm.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
Earth Heater.
Earth Heater. Earth. Going back to the Nordic, like the Finnish. Yeah, like the
Like, if this was like, like 650 AD,
right, Beowulf
Sweden,
language.
yeah,
Right, right.
the rapper's name would be Earth Sweatshirt.
Right. Earth Heater, because he probably keeps that thing on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely. Now,
Earl Heater is what it would be translated to in modern English.
now, I don't know if we, the beat was a little bit scarier.
Initially,
So, kind of at first.
Yeah, no, I thought we're like, oh, are we oddly right? Is this really new 3-6 Mafia
And
or disco?
my opinion on the artist, which I'm guessing that is Young KO. I feel like it was the alternate dimension Wiz Khalifa. It was Wiz
Okay,
Khalifa
I
who
could see
did
that.
coke instead of weed. It's a little darker, right? Had a little like drawn out, kind of had
Yeah.
like the little sing songy bit, but like,
I thought-
mean Wiz.
Mean was, I thought it was like cool. If it had a little mainstream vibe, nothing wrong with the beat. The rapping had a cool flow. I could see why it made the list. It's cool. Yeah.
It was cool. It was.
cool.
Sarah said in the chat, feeling like just landed on another planet, extraterrestrial. It did have a little bit of UFO type of vibes.
Cool sense, all that good shit.
And I guess what we'd call this one right here is I would call this UFO trap. So Young KO, you're now the inaugurated artist in UFO trap, and I think might see more of that on here. Maybe UFO trap was a sound of 2022 that we missed.
Yeah,
Maybe we
UFO
just
trap's
have
the
it.
new-
Could be in
new-
it.
Is the future. Yeah. I
Um,
guess we disclose it.
we
Shit. Heard it here first.
The next one we have is Cara Masculo is the name of the song by Mabe Frati. And whatever language that is, I'm sorry that I butchered it. Let me know, spell it out for me if that's the case. But the album is Se Ve Desde aquí. So, are you expecting this to be in English?
I think it could go. It's not gonna be English for sure. I think it could go two ways. It's gonna be like a little Latin vibe, dance music type deal, or it's gonna be like Pavarotti esque, Andre Bocelli, freaking like.
Right.
Shit. I'm gonna go for Operatic.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
This is that new catch it in your local.
Feeling that.
San Francisco Hall.
Right. So
With
the
the
Davies Hart Symphony Harmony Hall. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with this shit's Italian. I don't even know.
Okay.
What say you?
Mabe Frati kind of has that.
His full name.
You know what?
Usually they be going by
I'm also
either
gonna-
animals or initial name.
I'm gonna also go with a little Italian. This is like little mafia singing. You know, with some
Grand Theft Auto 3 when you tune into that channel. You're not on game radio. You're on that channel that plays the Italian shit because you want to feel extra
Right.
Italian while playing that shit.
You're right. You want to really get in the vibe here.
Yeah,
That's could be what they're
around.
giving us.
Hey.
And I'm also going to
GTA
Platypus.
6 music.
Platypus says wasn't Uzi going for UFO trap. That might be true.
Hey,
That might be
true.
true there. So he was the first. Young KO just is coming in a long line.
Just trying to get
Of-
Uzi spot.
Right. Which Uzi hasn't released. Although that I Just Want to Rock was actually just pretty big. But hey, Young KO, I see you. You have some some friends over there in that genre with Lil Uzi the Vert, and be checking out for you maybe. Hopefully you have a new song. We have a new release for.
Now we need that Young KO
and-
Uzi Vert music.
Right, we need that collab. Platypus guesses maybe some John Gotti harmonization. That's what we're talking about. Mafioso.
I want
Let's
that
see.
mafia music right now.
No sé dónde está mi instinto esta vez. Veo como tropiezo no sé usar lo que veo. De mis ojos, de mis ojos, cada
You know what? I really rock with this one because I feel like the artist here is touching on a genre that I didn't know existed, but did, and that is experimental classic.
Yeah.
I've never heard experimental classic before. There was like this random guitar riff that just kind of came through. There was like these, like that little outro is kind of ended in this like little like almost like something is gonna happen in a movie, like it's like movie score almost. I couldn't
Right.
understand what she was saying. It was in a different language, but you
Yeah.
know what? I was feeling it.
I thought it was really good too. I liked it. I think it's thus far one of the out of the current ones, one of the better ones that we've come across. I liked it. Funny enough, it did feel more mafioso than anything else.
Yeah, we kind of hit it on there a
Yeah,
little bit.
nah, this was a good one. I really liked it. Great track. The cello that was mentioned, it just kind of made me think of something that like a certain producer would have one time sampled. You know,
Right, right.
It was just so good.
It was, and I actually saw I had seen I see in the chat that she's actually a Guatemalan cellist. So was getting down on the cello. You know, it was like art house mafia music.
From Guatemala.
You know, it was like it was the mafia that like doesn't own like the sanitation. It was art. It was the one that owns like the Louvre. You know, like has the rights to like
Yeah.
Picasso's and stuff. That mafia, and I like that
That's
mafia. That
perfect.
mafia is pretty cool. I'd have spaghetti with them.
They don't get
Have a
their
little
hands
mama's
dirty.
mama sauce right there.
They don't deal in prostitution and drugs.
No, just like cause figures.
Some other
That's
stuff.
it.
They resell
They
sneakers
resell- they run the confirmed
and
app.
vital figures.
real
as you
map.
mentioned, cards. They buy a lot of rare stuff.
Funko Pops, the Funko Pop
Records, limited
trade.
edition records,
Right.
Figures, action figures.
It's the mob that actually runs Pitchfork.
Pitchfork.
That's who that music's for.
This is their music. This is Pitchfork music.
Now the next one, we are actually going to bring you down to a well, let me just say what it is. It is Tabula Rasa featuring Arm & Hammer by Earl Sweatshirt from the album Sick. Now, what are your thoughts about Earl Sweatshirt? Or maybe have you listened to this album this year?
So I like Earl Sweatshirt a lot. He's like up there for one of my favorite artists. I guess when it comes to, you know, the artists out of Odd Future, my favorites had always been Tyler, Earl, and Frank Ocean, right? And then
Right.
like Haji Beats from there, and then like Left Brain, Domo Genesis, etc., Sid the Kid. But he had always been in the top three. You know how Nas did Illmatic like 16, 17. He did the album Earl at 16, and it's one of my favorite albums, like period, and dropped especially by somebody at that age. And I think he progressively continued to drop great albums, but there was a time period where it kind of, his music kind of lost me, and I guess the best time period to describe that was around some rap songs, or either that or maybe a little prior to that to I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. I think it just became I like lo-fi, but it became very lo-fi. The lyrics, although there's a lot of examples of great lyrics within those albums, they tended to become a bit abstract rather. And it's just very different. I think this album, Sick, kind of brought it back to a more, I don't want to say sensical rap or rap that makes sense,
Right.
but a bit more grounded and not as abstract. And but nonetheless, it doesn't compare to like as shitty as it is to say like as a 16-year-old Earl that dropped Earl, or as like, you know, Earl when he dropped Doris, or anything along the lines of that, or early Odd Future. Whereas I feel like Tyler and Frank Ocean, although Frank Ocean hasn't dropped shit,
Right,
you know? But although like Tyler has progressed beautifully, you know,
Right.
like you just freaking like Igor, and then Call Me If You Get Lost. Like, wow, like, you know, I thought you know, as I'm fucking admitted, I thought like your pinnacle was gonna be the like horror. I know it's not horrorcore, because a big point of their music was to describe that we're not horrorcore, but like essentially what the fuck
It
that
was,
what it
right.
Yeah. that type of rap, but like no, it's transcended beyond that. Whereas him, I don't think it's not that level. I know that was like fucking essay worth.
No, but still, I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm like incredibly familiar with much of his work.
Maybe we should do Earl as one of the reviews for
That-
Book Club.
be a
Honest
good
to
one.
God, yeah.
Now,
I think so.
you did make a good point, though. I think part 2 of the top 100, where there was somebody that was kind of, it was like backpack almost kind of inspired by MF Doom-esque type of artist.
Yeah.
And, you said essentially like, if I wanted to
That
listen to
M&F
this.
Doom art influence.
Right.
Yeah.
And I it was like, if I want to listen to this, I'll listen to Earl. Like if I want to listen to like a new version of that. And I never kind of put 2 and 2 together in my head of the MF Doom kind of baseline inspiration for Earl. And I think that's where that kind of I guess you call it nonsensical, run-on sentence type of darting ideas, very descriptive though,
Yeah.
type of style comes from. And it gave me a different perspective on an artist that I really don't listen to a lot of anyways, so having said what you said, I'm kind of curious because you kind of felt like maybe this was getting back to, the Earl that you personally had maybe preferred.
Yeah.
And let's check this out and see what he's got. This is Tabula Rasa, and for this one right here, we're gonna bust out the music video for this one.
Tabula rasa, which by the way means clean slate.
Oh, there you go.
I think it's like a legal term where like if you're like exonerated or like you're free of everything, you're a tabula rasa. You're free of whatever the fuck you did in the past. Clean slate.
It's
Begin
interesting.
your life again.
Right.
Be good.
All right, let's see what we
Maybe
got
it's a-
here.
Yeah, redemptive song.
I'm not getting the video quite yet. I'm gonna work on that for you guys. Hey, that's us. There we go.
Off the strength, I'm not as numb as I thought. I'm broken links, my circle shrinking smaller. Satellite revolve, my core is a cauldron. Surrendered orbits, cross-check what's really real and what's performance. Speak for self, but wondering who else really on it. Who's really all in? Trouble calling, my phone don't ping, I'm buzzed, leave me alone. Truth with a stash pocket for a lie. The document is alive, I speak life. Every border gets revised or dissolved. What defines what is charged? Haven't made up my mind if I'm assigned to the stars. I slide when I want, I'm inside of the funk. Trust, she on up when it dump. It came from the sludge, involuntary, shook foundations and studs. Tears and snot bubbles, sop puddles. I lay in the west by. Listen, let's not conflate. I give what I take. There's the hunt, there's the chase. Some talk like they never got punched in the face. You can't see clearly now. Don't come near me. Whales of the wary, Luke Max Infinite. Draw me closer, damn near intimate.
And I'll give you a kiss.
The flyer said grown and sexy. I came through overproof in a plastic Pepsi bottle. Security didn't check me. Skip coat check, they playing the oldies. I'ma go ahead and get sweaty. Plus say the 10 piece. It's hell up in Harlem, so meet me cross 110th Street. If the trees are bargain bars that don't really tempt me. I'm from where every car foreign and we drive them on empty. Zimbabwe. Bury me in a borrowed suit. Give my babies my rhyme books, but tell them do you. Give my enemies the good news. Time flew. We was probably brothers back then like TRU. No jerseys, no do-rags, hard bottom shoes. Niggas tired of the foolishness, no disrespect. It's a lot of mids in the room. My pack loud, cut right through. Kofi Annan in the booth, so Yinka in the stew. Sese Seka Mabutu if the DJ plays something smooth. Slide it's a mood. I don't dance, but maybe tonight I don't know her. I don't even mind if it is the strobe light. Live for the living. I made chicken late night. My box is burning up the kitchen. She passed out right when I was done fixing. I watch reruns in the dark, fingers and lips glistening. Oh, he did it. Oh, gee, I'm so damn proud of myself. I did this for you, G. All right?
Venture there and back, tall tales tossed to the breeze. We keep facts in the midnight wax. Family tree sap, light leak through the leaves on familiar tracks. I know what's real even when I'm feeling bad. Brazilian as they built the black. She shimmy into the yeah, that's consent getting established. You only trash if you trash. I keep it simple and dynamic. Trust the passage rights of life's chapters. I have to write to find balance. This game of telephone, massive. I do what I have to with the fragments. The madness method rampant these days. I let the panic pass me. Featherweight, my heart was straight despite baggage. Asymptomatic, but I get sick of the delays. Faster, faster, practicing what I preach. Keep pace, the calcium on my teeth fade. Streets ablaze with the anger, complacency, and deceit create. Ice sheet break, I couldn't wait. All I could say to the times that I couldn't freeze frame. Bleak fate, we got so much to bleed to clean slate. The bag of tricks in my sleeve break. Southpaw under the North Star, forcing all the lead changes. Don't sleep, man.
And that was Earl Sweatshirt featuring Armin Hammer, Tabula Rasa. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's just not the same as early Earl.
I actually liked it because I think I've realized, like, in this moment I kind of had just this moment of realization of how much I have not went back to like this kind of rap music. Sure. You know, I don't even know if there's literally no drums, so I couldn't call it like boom bap per se, but just this
jazzy.
You know, there's a sample back there, there's some keys, it's just like rappers rap type of thing, you know, like I enjoyed the Armin Hammer verse for what it was. Like, I enjoyed the Earl verse for what it was, because I just don't expose myself to like rappers putting words like that as much anymore. Like, I just don't go out of my way, and like if I'm just kind of skimming through like, oh, what rap music has came out recently, that's not going to pop up on the algorithm, you know, and I'm going to be more I don't want to say forced, but more fed more songs like the who was that Young KO type of stuff that's become more of like the baseline of music, you know, of hip hop, right? Yeah. So it was almost in this weird way, it was like a breath of fresh air for me to like re-engage with that kind of like you know, where the lyrics like incredibly, oh my God, like deep. No, but I think that having not been to like the deep end of the pool for so long, it was like, wow, like constructive sentences like put together to make an idea, you know, like if whether that idea is this like earth-shattering idea, it was still
it's poetic, you know.
Right nonetheless. And it's just something that I haven't, you know, and maybe I think in a lot of modern rap that is the algorithm is gonna spit back to you, you know. I think that we talk about this sometimes, the purpose is more the vibe than it is the lyrics and what they're saying altogether, right? And it was just kind of cool to kind of be drawn into lyrics again for a second, you know.
Right, yeah. Lyrically, it is there. It's fun. You know, I think it could be better. I'm glad you enjoyed the Armin Hammer review. Not so much for me. And I just realized what the pun is, Armin Hammer.
Right. Right.
But yeah, you know, I really want to push for the idea that we do Earl maybe in one of these book club reviews.
Yeah. No, I definitely would.
Cool. Awesome.
That's the one maybe I have heard, and then maybe songs here and there. But it would be cool to just go back to that, though.
Yeah,
It'd be cool.
I agree. Yeah, it is a revisiting old ideas.
Right,
Yeah.
right. From Earl Sweatshirt, now to the next song, which is
EBBO,
BBO Sound Machine.
electricity.
And the song is Protection from Evil. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this might be electronic music.
You know what? Based on the fact that they're called Sound Machine, that the album's electricity, and protection from evil is always good vibes. I'm gonna say electronic music too, my dude.
Happier?
Fun, happy,
Fun, happy.
anti-devil music.
Okay, anti-devil music. Let's see. Protection from Evil, a BBO Sound Machine. Let's see. A BBO Sound Machine, Protection from Evil. We were just kind of saying it's very reminiscent of some African Bambaataa
Of that real hip hop.
Zulu Nation. Right.
Oh yeah. After this Planet Rock vibes all the way.
Right.
You know.
And, it's cool because a lot of people think like when they're gonna go make that real rap music, that old school rap music.
The old school rap, Sugar Hill Gang. Is that what you guys were making?
Right.
Grandmaster Flash and the Soul Sonic, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
That's what they think, and they go to like
They're doing
early
that mainstream
'90s
stuff like
exactly.
Eric B and Rakim.
Right.
That mainstream stuff like KRS One.
Right. They're not bringing
And
it back.
Scott
though.
LaRock, yeah.
This one brought it back.
This is like that
This is
old
real roots.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, party.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Party music.
It really is. It really is. It's from the beginning. Like it
it's
started
just
from a party. You know, the infamous party from the beginning.
Everyone moving.
Exactly.
Your job as an MC to get people moving.
And even though there wasn't like very clear lyrics in that, didn't need it. Look at
Did
the
it get
vibes was
y'all
there.
moving? Like that's
Right.
the point. Did it get y'all moving?
And now you
There you
see,
go.
there's a stark difference here from what I was actually just talking about in the last song to here, to where I feel like a lot of times in more modern rap, the lyrics don't matter, and it's about the vibe, right?
Yeah, like
Well,
Playboy Cardi.
This is somebody who kind of but they still give you lyrics though. You know what I'm saying? Like that is still, they're rapping about whatever the topic of the time is, cookie cutter, whatever. This artist was like, I'm not going to give you lyrics. I'm just going to give you vibes, literally.
Protection from evil. I'm
Really,
gonna give you a chant.
exactly.
This is chant music.
I'm feeling it.
Chant hip hop.
I appreciate, this
like
is
this. This
a
is cool.
good mark for Pitchfork.
Yeah,
I like this one.
It gave a throwback feel. It was cool. Again, when it comes to a numbered list, like, does it belong somewhere up here? I don't know. And at this point, I don't care. But it's cool.
It's in there.
It's cool. It's
Right.
a good
We
song
made it.
from 2022.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that I feel like we're in this middle section of the list where sections kind of are it's very arbitrary. I don't think I think 100 to like 80, there's a tough discussion on how that should go.
Okay.
And I think 1 through 20 will
where it
also
gets
be a
strict,
discussion, right? I think a lot of this is just like arbitrary. This was outvoted to be more than the Earl Sweatshirt one,
Yeah.
right? But I was feeling this one. Did like it though.
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
Now from Ibibio Sound Machine to Babyface Ray, Sincerely
Detroit.
Face,
Yeah.
with the album Face. You familiar a bit?
Not too much. He's a Detroit rapper. He's cool, but not beyond some music here and there. So I'll go with a no.
Now I'm familiar a bit with this.
I believe he does scam rap.
Maybe.
I know a lot of Detroit rappers. I
Yeah.
forgot if Babyface Ray was part of that movement as well. But I don't know. I don't want to go one way or the other. But
It's this Detroit sound that it's like, because there's like a Detroit electronic type of scene that has been going on since like the 80s, right? And like Saba Baby, and it's like taking kind of some of that with almost like Bay Area hip hop delivery,
right.
Detroit,
and as we talked about,
right?
Such a connection.
Kind of puts that together. So let's see if this hits that marker. Introduce us to something new. This is Babyface Ray.
Now I can sit and tell you about the diamonds on my chest like everything was easy. Spoke to Fat Boy the other day, say still getting money, what's new? All my latest problems come from bitches, so you know I had to cut them all loose. You know I got the juice like I had Bishop Wayne and I threw him off the roof. Bitch nigga, you your mama's boy. All these free bands get my bitch boy. Breaking my rules, you get sent for. That really feel my wrist like it's meant for. Niggas small fry, I'm big boy. Getting chips more, turned up. Got these bad bitches sucking dick more. Burning Zai, got my own pack. Give me 6-4. Dope price, it be up and down like a 6-4. Sprint to that money got me out of breath. Little nigga at the grown course, still yelling Nick. I know heaven real, man. I done been through hell and back. I done blew through band after band down to my last. You might piss me off how my little niggas come and crash. Nigga, when it rain, you get wet. I can smell the grass. Smiling in my face deep down, I can tell they mad. Bitch, nigga, cut me down bad, so I keep the man. Bad thoughts running through my mind, I can't sleep it all. Get my first million, real talk, I was thinking raw. Call little cuz dumb, he don't think it all. Blinking out, send 100 beans down your way just to peep it out. Slow lease in the air match, used to see the house now. 30p Blake, finna meet with Bob now. Put her in a pen, I won't even stop by. Me and Ego Corside, call him Tata. Make her hit her knees like my name outlaw. Rockin' favorite guy, swear it might take a little longer, I don't dick ride. Wavy Navy, you ain't in that circle, I ain't picking sides. Trill niggas with it, hit the door, some switch vibes. Young niggas took the brick road, Wizard of the Eye. Compare the hoop, laughing at you niggas, all jokes aside. I'm in Ocean Prime. I got got motion now. Court cases, but you still law. You a fucking cop. She a demon when a nut come. You supposed to stop your face.
Definitely, as predicted, strong Bay Area. I don't know if I call it influence, because I feel like Detroit and Bay Area kind of like volleying back this kind of sound, and wouldn't basically be able to say like this is where it started per se.
Right.
But reminiscent of that,
Absolutely.
especially in production too.
Yeah.
That kind of I don't even know who I'd compare it to, but minimal, that kind of that drum that kind of comes in like these spurts. What do you think of the song?
Yeah, I thought the production was great. As you mentioned, the drums were perfect. Even his flow and his cadence, I just thought was reminiscent of just Bay Area music, Bay Area rap. I thought it was pretty good. Again, it's like, I don't fucking mean to get back to it, but it's like the Diet Coke meter, like
Right.
we all sat there and listened there, like, I don't know.
Right, and had this.
It's just this is more about Pitchfork, if anything else.
Right.
Normally, I'm glad everyone here is here, but Pitchfork, like, you guys don't.
Would love to hear the justification for that one there.
Actually, yeah, I do. How
You
much
know.
was like? I feel like we exchanged more in discussion as to why certain tracks should be on where they should be. Then
Then maybe what was actually happening
maybe,
in the room,
maybe.
right?
I don't want.
I do think that we are, having said what I kind of said before about like, the middle of this is kind of arbitrary. I do think that we are pretty high on the list now, though, where it's like, this is pretty high. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was all 27 tracks from this were better, or this is better than all 27 that we've heard previous to that, Also, see, if your meter is kind of like, if it's Diet Coke, my meter is a little bit more like DJ Python.
Okay, I
Like,
could dig that too.
like, is it better than DJ Python?
I would put
personally,
it there too.
no.
Yeah, for me, neither. And it kills me because DJ Python's first song, which was dope as well, was like in the 90s.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like, probably could have bumped that up a little bit more personally.
I think
that's
so.
probably what I
think
would have
that's
done.
like, that's a top-notch song of 2022 in my
Exactly.
opinion. Yeah.
Which now, as we go through the list, is much lower than I would have put it. This brings us to Eliza Rose and Interplanetary Criminal.
Oof.
The song BOTA, which is Baddest of Them All, which is off of the album. Excuse me, this is a single. I feel like the easy answer is I think this is going to be a hip hop song, but I don't know. I got a strange feeling. I don't know if it's like R&B. Interplanetary Criminals throw me off a little bit. Maybe that's the producer of the song, but it kind of I don't know where to land on this one. What do you think?
I'm guessing electronic music with a female singer like Dev or something.
Okay.
Especially because it has no explicit lyrics marker.
Interesting.
So I think it'll be a bit more popish and dancey.
Good call. Okay. I like that. Let's give it a listen. Eliza Rose and Interplanetary Criminal. Baddest of them all.
There it is,
is Baddest of Them All by Eliza Rose and Interplanetary Criminal. Now, you were right on the mark there with electronic. Definitely hit that. And you know, this is my kind of electronic.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I thought it was, yeah,
This is, I really like that kind of this vibe. And
well deserved of its spot.
And you were actually, you nailed this one top to bottom because it was fun, happy, dance music. You know, like this was a right on the dot, and it delivered everything that I wanted it to deliver for this song. You know?
I agree. Yeah, you said it. It's good. It's perfect. It's well deserved of its spot. It's probably the new benchmark of you know, is this as good as Baddest of Them All type of deal?
Yeah,
you
true.
know?
Right,
Like,
we've bumped up a little bit more
now.
now.
I
Yeah.
want to hear like what the conversation was between Babyface Ray, this,
And this way.
and Shy Girl, which is up next actually.
Right. How these were,
Like,
right.
How was that decided? I'm expecting something in depth. I'm expecting a lot of arguments, you know, pros and cons, how one is significant more so than the other, cultural impact, etc.
Right.
It's pitchfork.
Exactly.
There's no way that we just spoke about this more than they did, so I want to hear it.
Right. No, 100%. And I think that's a good point. Is we've now hit a new plateau of everything. This is justified of being better than what we've heard.
Yeah.
Now, will everything following this kind of follow that same circumstance? Because, you know, I always love a good song that, like a song like this. I feel like if I'm walking into a store that I can't afford anything to buy, and it's okay. You know, I came to just window shop, but it's like the soundtrack I want to hear. You know, like if I walk into the store that I know I can't afford anything to buy, and I hear Babyface Ray, I feel like maybe I can buy something here. You
so
know,
is that
maybe I can't afford something.
Nordstrom music?
Right. This is that fucking
Second level Nordstrom music.
Right. You walked into the Gucci store one time and it's like, ooh, okay, all right. I for sure can't afford nothing here. This is out of my budget. I'm feeling it. Right. I go in there and I hear
Interplanetary Criminal. Nope.
If I hear, you know, Young KO and Earth Eater, I'm like, I can afford half of the stuff here.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it's
buying
now
something.
lost some value of
I'm
that.
getting something.
Agree. So now to bring that to fruition here, the next song we have is Shy Girl. The song is Coochie, a bedtime story.
Oh wow. Okay.
Off of the album Nymph. So something tells me this may be
But she's a shy girl.
sexual song from a shy girl.
Mm-hmm.
So does that dichotomy show? Is she shy and sexual? Or is she wants to be sexual but can't really show that because she's too shy? I don't know. She's a shy girl.
Yeah.
Let's go. A
Think we're
bedtime
about to
story.
find out.
And do you think we're going to have something reminiscent to a bed story? Is this the modern day Slick Rick, a children's story?
I think so. I think like I'm gonna be ready to take a nap after I hear this song.
All right. There we go.
Let's find out.
Nursery rhymes from adults because it definitely has an E. Maybe don't play this around your kids.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? It's the coochie calling.
All night, every day, anytime that coochie calls, I be on my way. All night, every day, I'm ready for the coochie call. Pretty and soft, yeah, I like it brand new. Spill a little coochie
That is the Coochie: A Bedtime Story by Shy Girl. You know what? This is what I'm gonna say this first. I commend her dedication to the Coochie.
Mm-hmm.
A real Coochie Colonel, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if, you could say the way that Einstein was focused and dedicated to physics
Mm-hmm.
was the amount of precise focus that Shy Girl was to Coochie. So I have to applaud that. I have to applaud anybody who, I like Coochie just, along with the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
But to that degree, she said anytime, any day, Coochie, it's a bedtime story. It's as she's sleeping, she's thinking about the Coochie. I applaud it. I applaud it.
I don't even know. I don't. Yeah. So, Coochie's badder than baddest of them all, huh? Okay.
Now
Understand.
there was like
Yeah.
once it became clear what the song was about, right? I was like,
Can you remind anyone that just happened to tune in?
yes,
Yeah.
if you're just tuning in,
The song was about.
it's Coochie. It was that's what it was.
Mhm.
Our auto mod just came in and almost
Ooh.
told Smaller Birds they couldn't say Coochie Colonel.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna allow that word. That's okay on this show. The interesting part here is as it kind of was going, and I was like, okay, like this is that song, right?
Yeah.
It kept like hitting these, like the beat and like the flow, I guess, of it, the cadence of it. Well, like it kept doing things that I really like about
Sure.
music.
Yeah.
It kept like hitting these points. It almost sounds like a reference track that was supposed to have like, okay, this is like sounds really cool. We're gonna like rewrite the lyrics to be something else. But somewhere along the line, somebody like missed that note.
Uh-huh.
It was like somebody wrote a reference track and then gave it to the next person. They were like, okay, like it's gonna make Coochie song, right? They're just gonna do it, and like nailed everything about it. And it was like this great song, but like the it was never changed. The reference track just kind of stood there the whole time. I don't know. I'm at a I like the song because it does stuff that I like, and like the beat is really cool. Like the way it's sung is really cool.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of Coochie.
A whole lot of Coochie, yeah. I think we're discussing how it's like Lil Yachty vibes,
Right.
Pretty like fun keys, etc., etc. Her singing, rapping, whatever the hell, is just like so just childish and odd and weird. Yeah, it's unique at the very least. I'll leave it at unique.
I agree with where you're going with that. Was it better than Baddest of Them All? No, but I think I would give Shy Girl another chance for another song to see where else it goes.
Yeah.
It's at the very least, it's got me curious.
What Shy Girl's about, what Nymph sounds like.
Right.
I could see that.
Now, the next one here is Computer Exploder by Oso. And for this, we bring you back to the music video.
What's the album called?
Actually, we don't have a music video for this. I'm sorry. We're going to bring it back. The album on this one is called
Sore Thumb.
Sore Thumb.
Okay.
Computer Exploder. Could this be your metal track?
With a name like Oso, Computer Explorer, Bloater, Sore Thumb. Just gonna say rock. I mean, of course, metal's rock, so that's a terrible thing.
But
to
I see
call
what
it.
you
But
mean,
like
though.
just
Some good old rock.
just rock, just like rock.
I feel like Computer Exploder, I feel like it's going to be a bit angry.
Okay.
You know.
Punkish angry or metalish angry?
Maybe like thrasher angry.
Thrash.
You know,
Okay,
maybe
yeah,
not
yeah, I
punk.
can see that. I see that. Yeah.
Because I don't think it's gonna reach the
Soul
Gilla
Thumb,
Band type
yeah.
of vibe. You know,
All lowercase lettering for the song and the
Right,
album.
and the album.
Like we don't want to capitalize.
right? Exactly. But let's check it out. Let's see.
Nothing goes quite like I planned it. Think I took your love for granted. Little rowboat, captain of my own Titanic. These pills make me feel gigantic. Overflow. When nothing goes quite like you planned it, write 12 songs, swing like you can't miss. Write 12 songs, swing like you can't miss. Write 12 songs, swing like you can't miss. Dragging my toes through the sand, I think I burned through 20 grams. 8 more to go till I'm back inside your place again. Placing money in your hands too soon, my friend. Control freaks, forcing disaster. Console me, we're spending it faster. Money runs out, that's why.
You know what this kind of reminded me of? The episode that Timo was on. We were going through some of the new songs for new music releases, right? And there was a band that kind of like a song that was from a band, and it was he had called it something like it's like that, like when you're watching like a teen movie
Oh, yeah.
and they're like that the school dance, like this is the band
Oh yeah,
that's playing.
right.
You know,
right,
like
right.
this is the conversation at the
right,
punch
yeah.
bowl is like these guys are in the back,
Right,
right? Like
yeah.
that. Like somebody was like, oh, like look, I stuck in some peach schnapps. Let's go in the bathroom and drink a little bit.
And based on the movie, they'll have a famous band of that time playing that
Right,
role,
right.
but it'll still be a local band.
Exactly. Like the local band from,
it's
but it's like
Blink 182.
right. That's
I
what
get
kind
you.
of
That's
remind me
hella
of,
fun, yeah.
or like it's either that or it's like the end
Within the
scene,
cast?
like last day of school, and like it's the music that's playing. Like, hey, what are you gonna do for the summer, Jimmy? Oh, I don't know.
I guess I'll go finally see my mom.
Right. Like, and that line right there means so much to the context of the movie. We're like, yeah, Jimmy's gonna see his mom. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. We're still bros, right? Yeah, bros for life. Like the handshake that they did, they've done the whole movie and everything. Yeah.
Will I see you next summer? Yeah, you'll see me next summer.
Of course you will.
Of course.
And then they'll just say like one word that just means like, you know, broccoli. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Haku asked an interesting question. Is there teen movie music for Gen Zs? If there is, this is it right here. If there is, then it's Oso Computer Exploder. It has to be. You know, it's either that or you know, what's their Teenage Dirtbag? Yeah, I think it's like it's something like this. It's something like Computer Exploder. You know, what's interesting is I'm finding that there's like
I like how we fucking crowd Teenage Dirtbag as like, yes, that's our generation's music. Like, and we like just so nonchalant about it. Like, yeah, so like, no, you know, how are we like question it? Teenage Dirtbag is our generation's music. That's it.
That's it. Right there.
All this fucking discussion about hip hop or rock or music.
It was it right there.
Like, none of these artists that we praise the hell out of made Teenage Dirtbag.
You know who did though? and it brought me back, and I think we had the same kind of nostalgia, was Limp Bizkit. Like Limp Bizkit was a part of this. Now they weren't the only band, but like they made that music.
They made that music.
You know, that was like, that's the nostalgic shit. That was
sure.
really the shit that like brought me back, you know?
We gotta do a current Limp Bizkit album review. I think this one.
We got
Can
to.
it take us back?
We got to Fred Durst, hit us up, come back here for like the
Discuss it.
20th
Can
anniversary.
We bring
right.
1999 back, Fred
Let's
Durst.
bring it back. That's
Let's
what we
bring
want
it
to
back
know.
to the
That's what we
book
want to know. You know, if
Let's
you're not
review
busy.
1999 together, Fred.
Exactly.
King
Yeah, we
Show.
got to do a period piece with Fred Durst coming through. That's
Absolutely,
what it has
he
to
needs
be.
to. He is 1999.
Right. And we got to dress like Fred Durst. He probably doesn't even dress like
Jinko jeans.
Jinko jeans, the backwards like red hat.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, go Hot Topic for like an Edward
the Boss
Scissorhands
t-shirt
shirt.
with the duck
Yeah.
walking
Or
forward.
the Big Dogs t-shirts. Remember they used to have in the
Yeah,
mall? It was
I
like
do,
Big Dogs.
absolutely.
It was
Sticker
like
of Calvin pissing on your favorite sports team.
Yes, absolutely right. You know, I just shout out to Big Dogs t-shirts because it would be like some pun underneath, and it'd be like a
it's
dog
so
doing plumbing, like fucking, I'll fix your pipes.
So good. So like
Suck a dog,
muscular
just-
with the chain collar. Like, oh shit. I want the dog fixing my pipes.
Like that. It's funny
Pause.
because there's no more demographic for that anymore. Like that T-shirt, and it
know.
was a
I was like,
T-shirt
what
brand
the-
that had a whole store in the mall.
We need all of that back.
I love it.
man.
Bring it back. Bring 99 back.
Bring it
These
back.
kids don't know.
Shady Limited. Let's get it.
Right. The next song we have is Baking Soda by Mavi, all caps Mavi.
Yo.
Now, do you think that there's a couple things that could happen, right? Where it's either baking soda that's used for nefarious purposes, you know, maybe to create an illicit substance
Yeah.
that you are then going to go and sell,
So
For
make a
profit.
Profit. Yeah.
or, hear me out,
Mhm.
it's a song about a science project.
Mm-hmm. The baking soda like volcanoes. Yeah.
Right. You ever make a volcano with the baking soda? You ever like do that
I think
project?
So yeah. I don't remember specifically, but I'm sure I have. Just
No.
'cause it's so easy to do.
For some reason, I don't think I ever did. Like I don't. The one science fair project I can remember doing was like, I don't. In hindsight, I don't know why I just didn't make a volcano. Like everybody made a volcano, right? It was like growing a plant,
Uh-huh.
right? And putting like, I kid you not, I'm probably butchering my own project, but it was like, you know, you have to water the plant, right? And put like food coloring or something in the plant,
In the soil.
in the soil, excuse me, yes, in the soil. And then the plant started growing with the color
Oh.
of like a slight tinge. It wasn't like this straight blue plant that came out, but it was like had this like little blue tint, like this little purple tint.
Pretty cool.
That was when I remembered making. Never made a volcano though. Like I wish I did.
That's interesting. Do you know if it was like just like store bought food coloring?
You know what? I don't remember. I was like 10.
Sure.
I think that
That's fair.
was I think it was really a science project that
Project.
my parents were really like
That's so
taking
cool.
the lead on, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because I've
That's
never
really
did
cool.
a volcano, you know what we got to do on the book club
Oh,
one
yeah.
day.
A volcano.
We got to
That's
make a
good.
volcano science project on the book club, you know, and do it for you guys.
Yep.
Do it for you. If you've ever made a volcano, you ever haven't, we're going to do it.
We're gonna see
Sounds
it
like
here.
a plan there.
Rap physics.
Right, exactly. Give you that real physics here.
Mhm.
This is baking soda Mavi. Now, where do you think? What direction do you think baking soda is going to go in?
I think you could use baking soda to get rid of ants, right?
I think you
I
can.
think it's used. It's gonna be used to get rid of like insects. Maybe clean a few things up, get rid of stains.
Okay.
I think it's like a life hack type
Little
of
bit.
deal.
I
various
like
uses.
it. I like it. Okay.
Like you know how Big Sean had bake in my closet.
Right.
This is baking soda.
Okay. Haku said we did the potato launcher thing. My grandpa said, fuck that, and made me a trebuchet.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's that launcher that you like a catapult. Basically a catapult. Is this correct? Is a trebuchet a catapult?
Wait. So
Like with the whole chrome, the whole shebang. Yeah, I believe I could totally be wrong. Medieval rock Thor. Yeah, okay, catapult.
look at I'm dead at everybody with the
launching
potato.
potatoes. I love it. We need that too in the book club. Holy
2023, you about to get the real science experiments brought to you by the book club. We're gonna be launching fucking potatoes like it's fucking Idaho,
like we're
baby.
trying to take over that fort. Like we're trying to break down walls with these potatoes.
Right.
Just sent our infantry through.
I'm dying at Haku said he won the science fair, needless to say.
Good.
I'm dying that the
By
idea
force, I imagine,
Right.
like destroying other people's
Like-
projects. My volcano, the potato smash. I love it.
like everybody's max potato was like 5 feet, 7 feet, and it was like 35 feet. The trebuchet.
Boom.
Oh man, hey, if you got footage, send that to us. We love to see you stomp in the
Renaissance fairs trying to
competition.
recruit Haku. We need your trebuchet design.
But let's see what Mavi's got here with baking soda.
Palette on the stove with the baking soda. I'ma add another stroke in the paint, so habits in me places that I can't control. I established it alone, nothing major though. Intimately in the business of stretching out lessons, crammed in the business of pressure invested. From my early days, verbal a vestige. Never quite know if they heard what I said. From the smoke to fake coat unaffected. See it glow, it close when scoping for meds. I don't owe no one else but the reverend, who got my OG still folding her hands. We got pose while I flow so accessible. Nothing in an excess but excess, of course. I was up on my bread, so I bet some more. It got stacked and snatched around at the checkerboard. I'm a king, but got less in this metaphor. Nothing but my knowledge left to flex the poor. Days of mine in the set with the best support. Love my brothers, I wish I could tell them more. They gon' feel when they get to the step I'm on. When the mirror way under the pedestal. When you traded your face for development, and your tears is now trees. I been gave my soul away to the drum, I'ma live forever. We ain't come from gold spoons, but gold chains, my niggas clever. She say you either own drugs or need to be, which is better. She was already gone before I could see she ain't get the letter. I been gave my soul away to the drum, I'ma live forever. We ain't come from
I feel like a Kermit meme right now. I don't know, pick one. Yeah, anyone that you could think
Let's
of.
begin with the knowledge one. And you know what? Let's begin with the one right before that, so we could lead into knowledge.
You know, we have the lyrics here, so we're just gonna go ahead.
It got stacked and snatched, rounded the checkerboard. And then it follows with I'm a king, but got less in this metaphor. And then it finishes with nothing but my knowledge left to flex the poor. Days of mine intersect with the best support. Okay, you can just kind of say like, okay, my days have good support. Sure. And then follows with love my brothers. I wish I could tell them more. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
They gon' feel when they get to the step I'm on. Okay. When the mirror way under the pedestal. What could that be? When the mirror way under the pedestal. So he says, you know, like they're gonna feel it once they're also where I'm at, you know.
Right.
Like it's like let's bring everyone up.
Right.
Like team vibes. I dig it.
Okay.
What's when the mirror way under the pedestal and you traded your face for development? Okay. And your tears
is now trees. And your tears is now trees. I've been gave away my soul away to the drum. I'm gonna live forever. Okay,
you
so he
kinda put your
sold
beat
it
on
to
soul,
the
to
right.
music, future generations hear the music. Okay.
We ain't come from gold spoons, but gold chains.
Okay, gold spoon in your mouth, gold chain is also lucky to be from. Would it not be more sensible to say, like, iron cast chains or whatever.
Right,
you know?
right. Maybe just like copper.
Copper
Or something a
chains
little bit more
rather than
affordable.
Gold chains, which is, oh, that's true too. If you take African heritage and where the originally,
Right.
you know, yeah,
Right. So it could be
yeah.
like historically
It's not a
talking
gold
about
spoon
it.
necessarily. Gold chains as a king,
Right.
as a, where yeah, no, okay, gold chains make sense. I didn't think far back enough. Okay,
Now this is the thing
But-
here is
gold spoons should still
on paper, some of this made some sense, right?
Some of it, yeah.
In practice, this sounded like 5 different songs just put together. It was like played at the same
I don't know
time.
if I'm listening to conscious rap now and like some, again, like, higher level Dead Prez-esque music.
Right. There was like a random harmonica that appeared some places. It felt like
Is this like Armand Hammer again?
it felt like somebody gave him a sheet of lyrics, or he had a sheet of lyrics, right, that he wrote, and then he just went to like 4 different beats and then just recited it off as he was reading it off, and then they just like cobbled all of that together into one. Because when you read it, it's like, okay, but it didn't sound like it was R&B at all. It sounded like the words were like misplaced. It was like a puzzle. It's like okay, I'm gonna say that this genre is jigsaw rap, because you have to put it together yourself. It's a DIY. It's a DIY song. That's what I'm gonna say. Because the drums were weird. The sounds in this were weird. And let's come
so
back
nonsensical. I don't know.
Let's come back to the
really
bass line
don't.
here. Not better than
Yeah.
Baddest of Them All. Not even better than the Coochie song.
Yeah, Coochie song's probably better.
Platypus, I'm going to kind of give you a little update here, because he said he was like, so he probably was like the protection from evil was the last thing he sees. Since then, Platypus, we've listened to some Babyface Ray. Baddest of Them All by Eliza Rose. You should check that one out. We heard a song and talked about Coochie's In Depth, and we listened to Computer Exploder, and now this is Baking Soda, which,
Odd.
it was an odd song.
Yeah.
Odd song, odd choice. Don't know if it's just
Yeah.
it was there. It was a song.
It was a song indeed. It was
a song.
one of the songs.
It was one of the songs that were on the list here.
It was one of the songs on the list.
Next song is Bad Love
By Dead.
by Dead. Now that is DEHD, not to be confused with DEAD.
Yeah.
With the song or the album Blue Skies. Now, if I'm not mistaken, yes, we have a music video for this one that we want to show you. Now, we haven't seen this one either, right? So we are going to all together check this one out. Here is Bad Love by Dead. Let's see.
Oh wow. is to be given.
I thought the song was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the video threw me off a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, I wasn't, because, on the surface, if I were to just be listening to the song, I'd agree with Haku. It's great beach music. It's kind of like beach rock vibes that I like. Like I can see, volleyball being played. I can see a sandcastle being built. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Maybe they seen that too, and they were like, you know what? We can't just give the typical, what are we gonna do? Make a song of us? They gave us a 9 Inch Nails music video.
So it's like Lost Boys is what you're saying. They're at the Santa Cruz Beach, but they're vampires.
Right.
It's Lost Boys music.
There we go. Right. It's not just any beach music. It's Lost Boys music specifically. That's
Lost Boys music.
The first Lost Boys genre that we have on here. Platypus said that was a solid song to me, but I don't know. I didn't really feel anything special from it, but wasn't bad by any means.
That's a great way to put
right.
it.
It was light. It was like the salad of music.
Yeah.
They asked me if I wanted a super salad, and I chose a salad, and the salad wasn't bad. Maybe it was just like a Caesar.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But it's a salad.
It's a salad, though.
It's a salad.
You wouldn't feel like you got the best of that restaurant if you walked out after that salad.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? You ordered the pot roast. You're waiting for the pot roast, but the salad wasn't bad. Maybe some of the better salads, than that you've had, but it's a salad, though.
It's a salad you'll get elsewhere.
Exactly.
You get
Exactly.
elsewhere. You get something similar.
Go ahead, put it right.
No.
Platypus took the words right out of my mouth on that
Yeah.
one. From Dead Bad Love to Coffee with the K, the song Pull Up off of the album Gifted. Now, I don't know if this is the Coffee I'm thinking about in my head.
Okay.
Because there is a Black Coffee who's more of like an Afro beat house UK type artist. But maybe he dropped the K or dropped the Black and he just goes by Coffee now.
Okay.
Maybe this is somebody else that goes by Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at, okay, so it's spelled Koffee.
Mm-hmm.
You know how sometimes like you look at a word for so long and you're like, is this even really a word? Like, am I even spelling this? Is that how coffee is spelled, but with a C?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's double F.
Coffee.
I believe so.
All right.
I believe it's double F.
I studied that so long with the K and I feel like I became illiterate off that. Let's see what coffee's got.
Sure.
Let's see what coffee has.
Pull up another party, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody, yeah. Pull up another Rari, yeah. Bare feelings that I carry. Pull up another Audi, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody, yeah. Pull up another card, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody but you. Pull up another Lada. Put me off the Benz and the Prada. And a couple brand new order. All of them fully don't matter. 0 to 102. Yeah, so I'ma flex on you. All in on my section view, I set on you. Then me get a text come true, so I'ma show you what my legs can do. Pull up another party, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody, yeah. Pull up another Rari, yeah. Bare feelings that I carry. Pull up another Audi, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody, yeah. Pull up another card, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody but you. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me, yeah. You should know you made my day, and I lost my horse when you came my way. But it changed my mood, Oh, you're so rude, yeah. Them I try push up intrude, but you're well subtle and smooth, yeah. Pull up another party, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody, yeah. Pull up another Rari, yeah. Bare feelings that I carry. Pull up another Audi, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody, yeah. Pull up another card, yeah. I ain't not watching nobody but you. Pull up another Lada. Put me off the Benz and the Prada. And a couple brand new order. All of them fully don't
Pull Up by Coffee. I like that one.
Yeah,
It was nice.
it was cool. Yeah,
Nice song. That's what I expect if I'm at a day party.
yeah.
This is what I want played.
Yeah.
You know,
Good
I enjoyed it.
vibes,
Good vibes. Yeah,
I liked it too. Yeah, I thought it was
happy,
cool.
good singing, good production. I seen from the comments, Haku says a dance hall artist. There was a song Gunna was on a remix. She had a song that's called Toast that goes hard.
Ooh, okay.
And also shout out my guy Platypus out there loading up the UPS trucks. We see you get those packages out. Platypus, the real Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's, matter of fact, real quick, you know, Santa Claus is getting all this credit, right? This fictional jolly fat man getting all this credit when Platypus the one really putting in that fucking work right now, making sure your kids' toys and games and all that is getting delivered on time. Appreciate you, Platypus. Shout out to you from the book club. You the man.
Platypus deserves that Coca-Cola, not Santa Claus.
Right, he exactly get Platypus in the Coca-Cola
Get him
commercials.
cold
Get
one.
him with the polar bear getting it in right now. That's the real hero right now for your holidays. Don't you put some fucking respect on Platypus's name? Don't you ever
Santa
in your
Claus
life?
is just a Coca-Cola creation. Good camera.
Coca-Cola, come at us, come find us.
For real.
Damn, I just had to get that off real quick. I just had to
I
get that
feel
off
you
because
on
I
that,
seen
man.
Platypus
Santa
was
Claus
actually
gets
putting
just
that
too
work.
much undeserved credit, man.
Right.
For something fictional, dude.
For something fictional. And you know what? I think it's
some
you know,
bullshit,
you
dude. Mm-hmm.
you as a parent, right? I don't know if you give the idea of Santa Claus, but you know what? We canceling Santa Claus this Christmas. You heard it here in the book club. Look, parents are out there putting in that work to get these gifts and everything. Just so you could give the credit to this fictional corporatized Coca-Cola man out here. Miracle on 34th Street. Come see me. I'm gonna be on 34th Street on the 25th. Come see me, Santa. Let's talk about
We don't mess
something.
with Santa around here.
Don't send your elves either. I want to see you face to face. Like, have you ever seen a reindeer? They look pretty cool, but how come they have to have this myth? They look pretty cool, like as an animal. Why they gotta have this mythical feature, like, oh, we fly and we got songs
They
about
don't
us?
need to fly
No,
to be cool.
look,
They
have
don't need to
songs
have
about
red
platypus this fucking Christmas. So I won't take this fucking disrespect.
Like, not at all, man. Just Santa getting way too much credit, dude.
Way too much
Like,
credit.
hell nah.
Fuck
and
all that.
elves?
That's what you're gonna sell me on? Elves.
Elves help them.
That's who's making the shit.
Like, come on. You're calling other humans elves? Like all the people that put the shit together and make sure you're not. Nah.
It's disrespectful as shit. Elves. Nah.
Elves.
And then
building something out of workshop. Honest to God, like I wouldn't even want like a toy car or something built by an elf. Honest to God, like I have no use for that.
no, I'm good.
Like
I'm
it's
good. I don't
okay.
need
Like
that.
no, you're not making licensed, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, elf.
You're not doing it.
You're not.
You're
I
not.
don't want your generic FAO Schwartz toy elves.
Look
like
at-
the stuff I want. It's like it's only on the second market now, secondhand market.
Let's be
like,
honest.
It's like I gotta go pay double on eBay. Elves.
Elves haven't dropped a banger since the Red Wagon. That
Do you
was
even
it.
think
That was like
elves?
back. Huh?
Do you think that was elves?
I'm gonna give the Red Wagon.
Oh,
I'll give
okay.
them the credit,
Okay.
but they haven't had a hit since
the
then.
Red
though.
Wagon.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the toy game has surpassed Elves, and they're over here like, yeah, y'all do this every year, and you guys haven't like picked up a different skill.
I got one.
Learn to
that the-
code.
I got one
Damn.
that the elves made that kind of does take that. It's not the same as the Red Wagon, of course, because the Red Wagon's classy. You just put your kid in it and pull that shit.
Right.
But when they kind of resurrected their career briefly when they made the giant keyboard.
That was hot.
When they made the step keyboard,
That
I
was
think
hot.
like hey, like if they keep coming up with these type of ideas, like elves could just make it again. But
You see, that was their
even with the
experimental
big-
period.
Even with the movie big
Right, right.
promotion and advertisement, Big Santa just couldn't get through to the kids again. Not at least with the bullshit that elves make.
Because that was their experimental period, and it was like cool. Like I rock with the big piano, like that's cool, but is
Mm-hmm.
it practical? You know what I'm saying? Can I get the big
Yeah.
piano at the crib? It was like, it's cool to look at, like you listen to it once, you look at it once, like, okay, cool. You see big, like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah,
But like, then you never go back to it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
yeah.
elves aren't making the classics like they used to.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm
no.
saying? And then like
Nothing
if they
significant,
can't even
provide
the
it.
classics is so old they can't even redo the classics because what am I supposed to, how you supposed to redo like the paddle ball? You know the joint that
who the
just got the
fuck
like
is-
what are you
yeah.
gonna how you gonna make that new? You
Or
know
what
what
are
I'm
they gonna do?
saying?
Make kendamas, fidget spinners, my dude? Like, no, you're out.
Come on,
Out. You're
come
out,
on.
else. You
Gas
don't got
stations is
nothing.
making that now. Like,
Yeah.
come on, step your
Hell,
fucking
they're
game
not-
up.
yeah. They
Nah,
have
I'm
nothing.
not feeling that.
They're done, bro.
Haku
They're
said
not
that
Funko.
the clapping cymbal monkey toy as fucking washed is
That
old as shit.
That is old as hell.
Nobody
that is a
fucking
classic,
with that.
though. That is a classic,
Now,
though.
Platypus actually dropped the banger right here. The Keebler elves about to overtake Christmas elves. Not gonna lie, yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's been that way for a while now. The Keebler elves,
Mm-hmm.
they keep pumping out good cookies.
Yeah, that's true.
You've never seen the work
are
drop
timeless.
off
No.
from there. They're,
No.
they're timeless, you know. And then
It
you
is,
know,
yeah.
I'm supposed to like
It's better. Like, if I was an elf, I would encourage my kid to get into the cookie business. Like, if my
Right.
daughter came up to me as an
Right.
elf and said, like, hey, Dad, should I go make toys or should I go make cookies? Cookies 100%. You've got the skill, you've got the
100%.
talent.
Right.
Focus on that. It's better retirement plans. You know what you're making. You're not betting on what your product is. You know what your product is, and you're just relying on quality. Cookie business.
And, you know, it's great too because if you guys are out there and you voted, it was like Prop 209 was to create better benefits for the Keebler elves like that work in the
That's so
cookie
good, yeah.
factories. They got vacation time now. They have
Unlimited PTO, exactly.
right,
That's
right,
what
right.
you're
So you know,
referring
like
to.
I probably couldn't hang my
We had a
hat
ping
on
pong
the.
table at the break room.
I know. I heard about that. I heard
It's really
about
fun.
that.
They be
See?
going at it like,
That's what's up. Why would you get into? Whereas on the other end, Big Christmas has elves working for Santa, working
Dying.
24/7.
dying while building.
They shut all of the
Build this
you
shit.
hear that they shut off the Wi-Fi at Santa's factory,
Mm-hmm.
so they couldn't like show videos to like social media. Like it's all getting banned right
it's-
now. Like they're taking them off.
Santa says
Like-
like, oh, it's because it's crunch time, Christmas season. So they're like going behind the facade of like, oh yeah, you know, we just need like more dedication because it's the busiest season of the year for us, and we expect high, you know, like profits.
Right.
But like that's bullshit. Just because
agree.
I think it's a cover up. It's not because it's a busy time.
Like if they're having the
Like, how
same
does the
problem, if they
Wi-Fi
have to
even
get crunch time
correlate?
every year, I think they need better management. Okay.
Oh shit! Holy shit! Big Santa trying to shut us down.
Shut us down.
Oh, he said too
We
much.
just got the look.
Shut-
All right,
this
okay.
is it.
You know this is my apologies. We just got the call
Hey,
right
shout
now.
outs to Santa.
Hey, we have to shut down the stream right now. We just got the call right now from Big Christmas. You know, I'm not supposed to name them, but the message just came through. And look, at the end of the day, as thriving as the book club is, it's not bigger than Christmas, and we're gonna have to shut this stream down a little bit earlier than planned. My apologies.
Oh, apologies.
But you know what? We will be back Thursday,
Absolutely.
and
with
we're
promotion from Big Christmas. Happy
right.
Coca-Cola bottles right here.
Right here, exactly.
Coca-Cola.
Red Santa hats.
Yes.
We're gonna have to, after what we just said, we're gonna have to
Oh.
say sorry. We're gonna have to, but we're gonna have
be
bangers
sincere.
for you. Like
we want to say sorry. We don't have to. We want
we
to.
want
say,
to.
say
We want
sorry.
to. Right? There's not a gun to our head right
Yeah.
now at all as we're saying
We
these
want to say
things. Sorry. The work conditions at Santa's factory at the
It's
North Pole
perfect.
are great. Nobody should question those. Elves and Santa is a integral part of our culture and our lives every year. So.
My kid looks forward to Santa every Christmas.
that.
Like
Make sure
yeah. Mm-hmm.
you leave your cookies out from Santa.
Yep.
From the Keeper
Good
Elves.
cookies, yeah.
Yes, the good ones. When we come back on Thursday, we're gonna have songs for you like "The Right to Riot," like "Body Paint," "Ugly Season." It's gonna
That's
be
the
some
Elf
good
song.
ones.
Ugly Season's that Elf song.
As I was saying, we will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you, everybody, and Merry Christmas, and enjoy the Macy's Day Parade and
Yes,
everything.
Please do.
We love you.
Purchase stuff.
But lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Get those things. Coca-Cola
Ornaments.
is great.
A lot of ornaments.
Thank
and
you.
trees and Snoopy stuff.
Have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you. Holy shit, we really went into Christmas.